Hello, I'm Troy Parker, President of Innovative Labor and Cleaning, and this is another Mental Health Monday. It's goal time again. We're getting towards the end of the year. Everybody's going to be making their New Year's resolution, but we talked about goals at the beginning and end of last year, so I want to do it again now. Now's the time to review your goals. I don't know how many you had. I explained to you how you break it up into different sections. You have your health goal, your career goal, your financial goal, your family goal, your relationship goal. And you divide the little plate into these sections. And the whole key was year round to keep that plate balanced. And I said, picture the plate spinning on a stick. Now, sometimes we're all going to get a little off balance, but the whole thing is once you realize you're getting a little off balance, maybe you're doing too much on the career side. So then the relationship side suffers. You want to tip it back over, put a little energy into that relationship side so that the plate doesn't totally fall, because when the plate falls, well, you know what happens, it breaks. So let's look at our goals and let's see, hey, if you had 5, 10, how many were you able to complete? The ones you completed, you can scratch off. The ones that maybe you got partially way there, okay, hey, see if those are goals you want to carry on to the next year. There could be some of the goals you said, well, I got this much of it, but I didn't get this. Say you say, okay, I want to lose 40 pounds. Say you lost 20. You got to decide, do you want to lose the other 20, or are you happy at where you're at? Or you might say, okay, I want it to be making 200,000 and you're making 75. Are you happy there? Or do you want to increase it and say, hey, next year I want to go to 250? Look and see which ones you succeeded at, which ones you got partially there, and which ones that you just totally didn't get anything done on. The first question is, do you want to make that a goal for the next year? If you do, you really got to sit down on the ones where you really didn't make much progress and look at why. What was your thinking around the goal? Because sometimes we'll set a goal and we're motivated, we want to do it. Weight is always a big one, because that's something people always seem to struggle with. And then ask yourself, what were you thinking around these goals? I mean, what did you think about the weight? A lot of times people will either keep weight on or gain more weight because they're stress eaters. So when something goes wrong in the career part or the relationship part, they comfort themselves with food. So they're overworking over here on the career side, but they get the promotion and they get the raise, so they get that goal. But then what suffers? Their health, because they're not eating healthy, they're eating fast food or eating in the office all the time, eating Chinese food, fried foods and all that. So where they increased in money, they also increased in weight. So we have to look at what's a happy medium. How do we stop this from happening? Now, in that situation, say for instance, that's what you're doing. You're working a lot of hours, you're eating out all the time. I suggest something like meal prep. Make your meals either the night before, I've seen people do it, they make their meals for the whole week. And then they just, take them out each day, which is a good idea, but you gotta be disciplined. Or you might say, okay, I'm just gonna do it day by day. Make me 3 little meals, and I eat 1 in the morning, then I take the other 2 to work, because you're working longer hours. But this way, you can still be working on both goals, because sometimes the person who's worked extra and harder to reach the financial goal, they might have still done things like, hey, I still worked out every day, they just ate real sloppy. So what little tweaks can you do to get that eating part together so you can reach that goal, if it's a goal you still want to reach? Now, maybe there's the goal of, I want to buy my first house or buy another house. But maybe when you're out there trying to buy it this year, it was like an auction. The house goes on the market for $400,000. And they say, okay, we're going to give you a week. Everybody puts their bid in. It's like a game show. So, the house ends up selling for like $100,000 over the list. So you might just say, well, hey, you know what? This isn't the year for that. So you really didn't fail on that goal. And it really wasn't your bad thinking. That might have been the correct thinking, because why overpay? Because now you see the market cooling and all those things that sold for high dollar amounts and well over the list price are going to be falling back to earth here soon. So you might say, well, hey, for 2023, I want to go ahead and get that house, but I'm going to wait February and March when it's still cold outside and the housing market's slow. You might get a better deal. Also, hopefully, interest rates will go down, so you could move that goal over from 22 to 23, and it would still be a good goal. Also, I've heard people say we would like to take more vacation, but this year you only took 1 and you wanted to take 4. Look at, okay, well, what happened? How come you couldn't take those vacations? It could have been you were doing a lot more work. People get into their jobs like, I can't take off, I got to get that promotion. Then over here, the family life might suffer because you only got 1 vacation. Not saying you got to go on 4, but I mean, if that was the goal. Try to see how you can balance these things out. Because now with COVID, And soon you can pretty much work from anywhere. So you still take your family on a vacation. So maybe just some strategizing over here on your work, you can still get your family in a couple more vacations and still make that goal. Review your goals. See which ones you accomplished, which ones you kind of accomplished, and which ones you didn't do a damn thing with. Then ask yourself why. What was your thinking around it? Was your thinking what messed you up? Were you not motivated? Were you too concerned over here with this and you forgot to look over here with this? Was something changed in the economy that it was just smarter to have? I better not do that right now. Once you review what you did wrong, what you did right, what you could have did better, and then decide, do I want to take these, move them from 22 to 23, then put them over there for 2023, and then next we'll get started on how we're going to accomplish those in 2023. I hope this helps, and as always, remember, it's up to you to make your life matter.